Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Shirogorov Custom Division Neon 2018 here with me for a review, and we are going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this bad boy. But first, let me say a big thank you to my buddy Renate for sending this guy along for me to be able to check it out. And secondly, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying this kind of awesome blades, guys. So let's check the size out of this guy, because it's a very interesting size, I have to say. This is a 7.7 inch long overall knife with a 3.4 inch long blade, and I would say like 4.3 inch long handle. And let's see how this guy compares up against, for example, Ontario Red number 2, sorry, and Ontario Red number 1 right over here. As you can see, this is just right in the middle of these two options right over there. Let's see some other pretty common knives. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and of course the smaller brother Spyderco Para 3 right over here. Look at this, again, same handle size. Look at the blade. Yeah, so basically this guy has more cutting edge than the Paramilitary 2. Yeah, look at that. Look at the handle. So that tells you something. Also, for example, that tells you that this is Chris Reeve knives, small Sebenza 21, and of course smaller than that, and the Sebenza, large Sebenza 21, also Chris Reeve knives, it's bigger than that. So I really dig this size overall right over there. Another couple that I always like to show you, because these are offerings from Custom Knife Factory, 520 right over there, and Snafu 2.0 right over here. French design, Philippe Georget, Canadian design, Peter Rassenti. So the Neon is a little bit smaller than the FIF, but much smaller than the Snafu. I really dig the size of this guy over here. Look at this, I mean, crazy smooth. But also the Neon is size, like this is the Neon 0, so exactly the same size. There's some differences going on. And of course this is the also Shirogorov F95R Slim. And since we have it here, I'm just gonna show it to you guys. This is the Shirogorov F5 Silk Slim, so another custom division, which is good, you know, to have it next to the Neon right over there. And what else, you guys, I can show you another couple options right over here. Another titanium frame lock, beautiful conic knife, Arius. And let me show you guys a couple of smaller ones, like this is the Win Knives Mini Buster, and I can also show you this guy over here, another pretty cool integral matte diskin IDF, and it's very comparable in size. And there's another one that I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, like this guy over here. It's a little bit smaller than this. This is a 3-inch Shamwari by also Win Knives. And what else can I show you? Just one more, just like that, because I keep saying that this is one of my favorite sizes, and this is the Holt Bladeworks Spectre version 3 Prestige in this case, which is a little bit bigger than that, you can see, but it's comparable. It's very comparable, so that is why this is pretty cool. And okay, just last one, just because we have a Damasteel on the table. This is the Fontenelle Pateau Laitière in Raindrop, this is Raindrop Damascus, and this is just Mammoth Pulp. 3 beautiful examples of the right size knife that, I mean, the right size for me. So you get the idea of the size and how big this guy can be in your hand. And let's check this guy out, because it's a special one. This is the Shirogorov Neon Custom Division 2018 edition, and it's a beautiful titanium frame lock. Look at the milling lines going on this guy. I mean, nicely done. Look, I love the milling lines. These are like nicely curved, and they get to thin out right over there, and they get to widen out right over here. So really, really cool work they've done here. Look at the chamfering going on all around the edges over here. Just gorgeous stuff. Internal chamfering going on. Look at the level of skeletonization. That's just ridiculous. Inside, they milled out a lot of material to reduce the weight and to keep this guy extremely cool. Super clean look, just the Bear logo right over here. Very nice. Of course, you've got like a beautifully designed zirconium backspacer geared up like that with integrated lanyard hole, which is beautifully done. Look at the design, like from this point of view. How cool is that? Look at this. And it's rounded off on the inside, so you can easily use like a paracord or whatever, just like here, and it's gonna slide in and out like perfectly. Really cool. The backspacer also is centering, so you can actually appreciate the centering of the blade, and you see that the backspacer is protruding a little bit outside from the handle, so that the blade is actually reaching the end of the handle, so to have a maximized handle to blade ratio. And this guy at the same time is protecting your finger from being punctured by the blade in the closed position. So really nicely protected right over here. So beautiful job on the backspacer. Really, I mean, this is one of the best backspacers out there for sure. Of course, you have matching zirconium pivot collars on both sides. Beautiful job right there. You have, of course, a very interesting stainless steel lock face insert, which is screwed in from the inside, and on the outside you see this is just Shirogorov flexing, and look at the detail right around the area of the screw for the lock face insert. Really well done. Of course, the stainless steel insert has a over travel lock bar stabilizer built in, so there's no risk for you to be able to overextend the lock bar. Of course, you've got, look at the cleanliness of this side over here. There's no screws, okay? So the screws is just right over here, which is like a proprietary screw. You're gonna need a proprietary tool, which is different than the tools that you need, for example, for your regular handle screw, like this guy from any other production Shirogorov. And that's a downside, but it is what it is. I mean, you're gonna need that if you want to take this guy apart, and I'm still waiting for the tool. So this guy, of course, it's relatively easy to take down. Once you have the tool, just, you know, this guy's out, and you're done. But inside you're gonna be welcomed by a set of single row roller bearings, which are loose, and you have to be really careful. You're gonna need a set of tweezers to just individually place them back once you've cleaned them out during your maintenance routine. Of course, you've got, in this case, like a captive pivot, which is an upgrade from the production version. So there's like a ball bearing right underneath this this pivot, which is a key in the pivot, so it's not going to be spinning when you unscrew it from the other side. So this side is shallower, so there's no way you're going to be able to use a key right over here, and you can use it only on this side right over here. Nice and flush, of course, not protruding from the hardware. Really nicely done. Of course, the pocket clip is 3D mill titanium pocket clip, which has also some milling lines right over here. It's tip-up carry only, it's not reversible, it's ambidextrous only, and it's just gonna be there with a very strong tension actually. And the exiting ramp is, you see, is a more acute angle than the entering ramp, so it's just keep that in mind. But it's nicely sitting on this side and not on the lock bar cutout instead. Also, it's a good thing because also you see that there's this line over here, and also the cutout is internal. So that's a very, very unusual thing, because usually, for example, let me see, I don't know, this guy right over here, you just see that the cutout is only on the outside. There's nothing on the inside, okay? But if you check, for example, this guy over here, you have a little bit of area milled out, but also it's mostly on the on the inside. Whereas in this case, it's very pronounced on both sides, and it's still really, really cool. Another thing to notice in the handle is the number right over here. They engraved the custom division number, and they engrave also the roller, single roller bearing system right over there, so you are being reminded what is under the hood. It's really, really cool indeed. The blade is just a fantastic blade. It's beautiful. I mean, check out the jimping going on right over here. Really, really nice. Swedge is perfectly executed, absolutely symmetrical, reaches down the tip right there, which is giving you a probably 60-70% belly, and just a straight plain edge up to the sharpening choil, which reveals again a very thin behind the edge stock with a flat grind. There's some nice flats over here. You also see Custom Division logo laser etched gently and discreetly, maybe you can see right over here, to leave the overall look of the Damasteel intact, and I really, really like this little detail. Plunge grind, of course, is classic Shirogorov plunge grind design, triangular, really, really cool. And of course, you've got the flipper tab, beautifully designed. It's not as beautiful as the F95 or F3 or whatever, the full-size knives, but it's still really good. You can still do like the push button and it flies out reliably, or you can just do like a light switch like that and take advantage of the jimping that it's done in this nice position, and also is chamfered with a little texture going on over there. I mean, it's nicely done. If you check out the sound of this guy, this is a beautiful sound, I'm telling you. This is like a whip. It's deep, but it's smooth. I don't know how to say. It's round. It's a round sound, but it's a whipping sound. And it's not resounding. It's not sharp. It's beautiful. It's a little bit low and deep, but I love it. Also, when you close the blade, it's a nice clack, but dampened, and really pleasant to the ear. Really, really good job with the acoustics on this guy. The feel of this one is very, very cool as well, because first of all, this guy is weighing in at 3.2 ounces, so fantastic weight, and the grip is just perfect. There's no hot spots. It's a little bit on the small side for my big paws right over here, but it feels great. There's no hot spots. It's a good feeling. The jimping is functional. The reverse grip, it's not as comfortable as the full size, like for example F95, but it's still doable. It's the limit. It's probably much better to use it like in the normal grip. You can't really choke up because there's no finger choil going on over here, but overall it feels absolutely solid because of the construction. The long zirconium backspacer provides tons of rigidity to the overall structure of the handle, and it feels absolutely solid in the hand. This texture over here is a joy to feel, to touch. It feels good. It's smooth, but at the same time adds a little bit of grip. And if you follow the lines like that, it's just a pleasure. It's pleasant to touch. It's I'm telling you. Fit and finish, of course, it's outstanding. There's no issues whatsoever, gaps, nothing. Everything is put together like flawlessly. Only thing I would say, maybe the spring tension of the pocket clip is a little bit too strong, but that would be probably my only complaint, let's say, about this guy. Nicely balanced design overall. Deployment speed is just fast. This guy whips out like crazy. No finger sore, because if you keep doing your light switch, you're gonna be you can do this for ages. If you do push button, of course, it's a little bit more sharp because of the design of this pointy thing a little bit over here. So it's a little bit less comfortable than the regular light switch like that. Smoothness overall is off the charts because of the rollers. I mean, really smooth. This is running dry right now, so probably I can improve this guy, but still I don't have the key to open it up and to take care of this guy, but soon I will. The detent strength is on the strong side. I really like that, and there's a little bit of kickback even when you deploy the blade. I don't know how, but there is. Maybe because the speed with which the blade deploys open, and then it hits the stop pin and wants kind of like to drag your handle away from your hand. So really good. You've got there's no way, of course, like to be able to touch the tip of the blade, so it's super safe. You have this amount of detent suction over here, so nice and very cool magnetic effect. You've got a nice milled out area over here. It's very functional for you to be able to disengage the lock bar and just close your knife like that. No lock stick whatsoever, because of course there's a lock face stainless steel insert right over there, and there's no detent ball ramp, so you're gonna feel a little bit of a hard step over here, but it's not an issue because the angle, it's not that low, so you're gonna be able to do just like this and then just close the knife like that, so not a biggie. Free fall, of course, and then roller bearings are smoothening and making the blade just glide down in the closed position when you wanna put the blade away. I mean, overall, guys, this is a fantastic one. Looks classy, looks good, looks elegant. These lines here, the Damasteel, I mean, this is a fancy one. It's beautiful, sounds amazing, and feels great in the hand. I mean, this is the perfect custom division. I think if you want a Neon custom, this is probably the right one for you. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.